So much to unravel. Scorpio, let's get just down to the brass tacks. That's what my grandma used to always say. There's so much to unravel, and unfortunately, I am going to try to help you make the best decision. But unfortunately, the decision always comes down to you. But the bottom line is this: you have a prior obligation. You have a new opportunity. This opportunity wants you bad. Whatever this opportunity is, be it job, career, romance, sex, I'm saying this as general as possible because it will apply to different areas of your life. This is not a test of your character. And please, oh my God, I love you so much. Do not think it is a test of your character. This is not a test of your character. You know, your character is defined by how you behave in the situation. Right now, you're making a decision as to what situation is better for you. That's all it is. It is not a test of your character. The problem, the challenge, is that you feel like it's a test of your character, right? You have already decided in your head, this makes me a bad person if I do not. But that is not true. What makes somebody a bad person? I would say spiritually, the highest sense of bad is unbalance. That's what it is. Throw that up to my Libra rising, right? But it is imbalance. That's what bad is, because imbalance is toxic. And that's what makes situations extremely unhealthy. That is bad. We've talked about this all the time. We talk about this together, how negative and positive, the take and the give, those things are very much intertwined and supposed to be. Neither one of them is good or bad, but they are nature, right? So I'm sorry, I should say the positive, because right is the giving and negative, left is receiving. You take in, you give. You take in, you give. But either way, you could be left-handed too. It doesn't matter. What matters is that, negative and positive are both forces. They're energy. They're forces that work on the energy and keep them in balance. So balance is good and imbalance is bad because it makes things toxic and therefore unhealthy. So you're not actually being bad because you have something make a proposal to you that you're considering, because can you please for a second just be fair to yourself and say, the reason why this is enticing is because it, at least for right now, what it seems is it works into my happiness. It works into making my life better and improving my life. Does that mean I'm greedy? Does that mean I went out and sought this new opportunity when I would consider it betrayal to go out and pursue this opportunity? For most of you, I got to say, I don't think so. I actually think that something really wants you and you know it. Like, if you walk into this door that they're going to hire you that day. But you have a job that really depends on you, and there's a big project that you're in the middle of, and you know that they depend on you and that they want you so bad to stay there because, you've led the project, yada, yada, yada. Okay. All right. You really, really, really right now need to ask yourself, A, why am I curious about this new proposition? And B, what does it mean for my future? And none of us can completely predict the future. However, we can influence it by the choices that we make. And what is it that I really, 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 really want? Because so often, Scorpio, you're so intent on loyalty. Once there is a loyalty forged between you and another situation, another boss, whatever it is. Once there is loyalty forged, loyalty is so exceptionally important to you that you could basically endure anything on top of that loyalty as long as the loyalty remains intact. And if you're curious, you can go back about 4 weeks. We discussed this at large. In full. I use better words. But honestly, Can you separate loyalty from ambition right now, or from your own happiness? And what is the loyalty? Because, okay, I'm going to give you a metaphor. I'm going to give you an example. You're married. That is loyalty. And that's a commitment you take extremely seriously. But there is somebody who is interested in you. And is it disloyal to be flattered by that? No. Is it disloyal to have a few fantasies about what would my life be like if I was with this person? No. Is it disloyal to flirt? Well, answer this question. How would you feel if your spouse was doing it? Because it's not about what makes something disloyal. It's about what feels good and bad to you. And if it feels bad, if it was being done to you, then it is bad, unbalanced, unhealthy, toxic, if you engage in doing it to someone else. And that is the definition of right and wrong, of good and bad. How balanced does it feel? How balanced does it feel? Now, of course, that's a very simplified scenario, right? Because let's go back to relationships. You're married and your relationship is shit. Maybe it's even gone to the point of abusive, but at the very least, there's distance, there's separation, there's hardship, there's sadness all the time, there's lack of fulfillment. The relationship is nowhere where it was, but loyalty says, that's my marriage. I got to make it work at all costs. You got to respond to the truth of the situation at all costs. Too many people make good decisions, not just Scorpios, but everybody makes good decisions. Make bad decisions based on good morals. I made this promise, so I got to stick to it. No, your promise is to love, honor, and obey your spouse, right? And I'm just talking marriage as a metaphor now, because this could all have to do with your job, right? Your marriage could, your vows mean that you have to love, honor, and obey. That's the loyalty. But love, honoring, and obeying is included in truth, could be included in sitting down and having a conversation with your spouse that finally says, neither of us are happy anymore. Can we please go from this? So understanding that the person that is on the outside that wants you and desires you, they're really just a catalyst for the truth, a truthful, honest conversation to happen. Because the truth is, if you were really happy, if everything was really balanced, then you wouldn't have even been fantasizing or considering or even noticing somebody else noticing you. So it's not about condemning yourself immediately. I've done something wrong to even consider. No, it's about honoring you and honoring your emotions and honoring your desires and honoring them to understand, why is this happening right now? Why do I feel this way? And most of you already know, because there are just obstacles. And I think one of those obstacles, because I see the cards in front of me, is time. Huge obstacles. And it's funny because when I was shuffling the Lenormand deck, I was like, Scorpio. This is the only card that came out. And my Lenormand cards usually always come out in pairs or more. So this is Scorpio itself. You are the mountain. You're the mountain of ice. And it is that steadfast, that emotional, fixed emotion that is the biggest obstacle right now. That time is passing. And it may be passing in a way that it's being wasted on being fixed. Or it is time itself that is the biggest obstacle. Like, how much time can we keep this up? Because it's really, I'm suffering, I'm away from you for too long, or how much more time is it going to take for me to get to that next level of, go from senior manager to director? How much time? And honestly, have an honest conversation with yourself. Instead of condemning yourself to you're being disloyal, have an honest conversation. Am I just in a hurry? Is 4 years really that bad? In different scenarios, it will be a different answer, right? So if it takes me about 4 years to get to director from senior manager, is that so horrible? I don't know. You tell me. Am I making the good money? Am I pretty happy where I am? You know, you may have another opportunity. This other opportunity that's presenting itself to you, and it is a motherfucking opportunity. I'm telling you that right now. Somebody is looking at you covetous. They want your ass. You are their next big thing. Or you, this is your energy, and you have seen something that you really want. But nature and the universe is saying to you, what is your best self? What is your best life? What is it that you really want? My little puppy. What is it that you really want? Do you want the thing that really wants you? I know most readers would be like, you got somebody that wants you. They sexy. Oh my God, go for it. But does it work for you? Because I think that part of it works for you. The dream works for you. Oh, you know, I could be with somebody who could be with me. You know, right now I'm in a long distance relationship, or right now my partner and I haven't been talking and our communication is breaking down and I get along so well with this person. Do you jump? Or do you just recognize and realize something does have to change? Because if things were okay with my boo, I wouldn't even be considering you. You can offer me something that my boo can't right now, and that's the problem. So can I fix this with my boo? Or do I have to admit to myself that we have gotten to a point where it is not fixable? What I'm asking you, because there's going to be a whole gamut of responses, but what is true for all of you is that the catalyst for that conversation that you're going to have with yourself, the catalyst for that truth of what you really feel and what you really desire, and the sort of microscope that will bring up all of those things that you desire that you don't have, has walked into your life. It has walked into your life. Boom, walked into your life. And so now, and it's not a bad thing. I want to say this to you. Please hear me. It is not a bad thing. The answers you need are coming. It is the information that you need in order to make the decisions that you may need to make yourself happy. Because for all of you, it is not going to be, I'm going to leave this job and my life is going to get better. In some of you, is going to literally be the worst thing that you could have ever decided. Because you're just going to go out of the frying pan into the fire. Right? I am trying to tell you that, and I know that, you know, people watch these readings and they want me to give them simple answers. Well, the simple answer is this. This is not about the choice itself. It's about the catalyst for the choice. It's about the truth that the catalyst brings out. The dissatisfaction, the hurt, the suffering, the longing, the lack of contentment. That catalyst, that new opportunity is showing in front of you. And instead of hating yourself for it or condemning yourself for it, you have an honest, open conversation with, okay, it is bothering me that me and my boo are going to be separate for so long. It really does. That does not work for me. I love my boo, but it doesn't work for me that we're going to have to be long distance for a year. It doesn't work for me. And I don't know what to do. That is not the breaking. That may not be the breaking point. Like, follow the metaphor. That may not be the breaking point. I mean, I still love my boo, but this aspect, it is not okay. Okay, but now you know, and now you have the power to do something about it. Because if it's your boo you want, and you want to be closer to them, well, you got to have a conversation with them. Be like, listen, we need to be together. Actually be together. You know, if you were a Gemini or a Pisces, or maybe you have prominent Gemini or Pisces placements, maybe long distance would work for you because it tends to work for them. But for you guys, nah. You need physical. You need actual, tangible sex. I'm just going to say that out, you know, and it's not because you're psycho or crazy or nymphomaniacs. It's because this is part of how you express yourself. So there is a lacking there. And does that make you evil? Does that make you bad? No. You have to know who you are and make decisions that honor who you are, not who you're going to force yourself to be to make a situation work, because that's just going to stick you into a situation that's going to make you miserable and miserable and miserable, and that misery will build and become its own obstacle. Let me give you the good news. There's nothing wrong with this scenario, and you don't have to make the choice right away. That's why I told you it's not about the choice or the new opportunity. It's about all the truths that it's bringing up in you. And you may feel bad, right? You may feel bad that, oh my God, I have this new opportunity to go to a new job. They're going to pay me $20,000 more a year. The hours are less. But ultimately, I also have this project that I have to finish. I know how important and integral I am. And I like where I work. Okay, so maybe then what you do is you go to your current boss and you be honest. It's a risk. And I'm not trying to say that it ain't a risk. But this is that kind of energy of risk taker, you know, of risk. This is Aries energy. You know, risk. Okay. I mean, maybe I have to take a risk. Go to your boss. You may not even have to say that. You don't even have to say, I have another opportunity. But say, I love working here. But this is what I need to be okay. Because if that $20,000 more a year is looking good to you, it's because you want it. And don't automatically assume that you want it because you're a greedy motherfucker. You want it because it would make your life better. You want it because it would bring you closer to living a life that is comfortable for you. So maybe what you do is you start by saying, let's talk about a raise. Let's talk about me not having to stay here till 8 o'clock every night. Let's talk about those things because I really do enjoy working here. And if your boss's answer is, I'm sorry, we can't give that to you right now. Well, how long would it be before you could actually reach that? Maybe by the end of the year? And then gauge. Because I'm just telling you, be realistic about what it is that you really want and see, does the thing you have right now, is it capable of giving you what you really want? Because if it may absolutely be. I'm not saying all y'all need to leave your jobs and get the fuck out of this relationship because it sucked. No. You know, your employer might turn around and be like, you're right, you have been working till 8 o'clock every night. I can't give you the $20,000 a raise right now, but I can hire an assistant or hire an extra person so that I can guarantee that you're out of here by the latest 6 every night. Now, maybe that sounds good to you. Maybe you're like, that'll work because I may not have the raise, but I'm paying my bills. I'm doing good, you know, and really I need my time back. I'm exhausted. Okay, well, there you go. It's the new opportunity is just a catalyst for the truth coming out of you. So you can talk to yourself. Look at this positive future. Positive future. You are making moves to go to a better place. Taking steps to a place that is now better for all of you don't mean more pay. It doesn't mean another relationship. It just means more balance. It just means more happiness. It just means that, oh, I wake up less exhausted. I wake up, I go to bed at ease, at peace. I have more time for the things that are important to me, whether that be family or pursuit of hobbies or other different things. Like, what is really going to make you happy? And you have a right to it. Listen to your heart. You made some decisions. You know what's best for you. Trust in you. Don't immediately condemn you for wanting or desiring something, because it's leading you to a place of better balance. This is you making a decision, setting an intention. I'm going to trust my heart. I'm going to trust these desires inside of me. And I'll tell you right now, it should not be a desire for another person. It should be a desire for a happy relationship. And a happy, healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't jump from the fire to the fireplace. You don't decide that just because going to a new person just because they want you now and everything is wonderful now. Honest to God, Scorpio, you could just be opening up a whole other can of worms. A whole other set of problems for yourself, right? Because new does not necessarily mean better. But what you're doing by this new opportunity is you're being honest with yourself. And you're like, yeah, okay. The reason why this is even a temptation for me is because something isn't working. And I got to find a way to see if I can make it work. Now, for some of you, I'm just going to flat out say, there is somebody that is better for you. There is that new job. There is that new opportunity. And it is time to accept that you are not being disloyal, or your stubbornness. You know, you can be stubborn. Your fixedness, your sense of security and safety and, oh, this is where I belong because I decided I belonged there here 2 years ago. That's not the truth. Time moves. So should you. But all fixed signs have a problem with that movement, right? They're so attached to, with Scorpios, it's the emotional decision that they've made. With Aquarians, it's the intellectual decision that they've made. With Taurus, it's the creature comforts that they've surrounded themselves with. They don't want to lose them. I know I've left somebody out. With Leo, it's the reputation that they've built. You know, this sense of momentum that they've committed themselves to. But there is that sense of, but time moves, the planet moves, the galaxy is moving, you know, it's moving fast, everything is moving. You're not in the same place that you were 2 years ago. So it is especially important for fixed signs to check in with their element. For you guys, it's emotion and intuition, water, and say, okay, is my waters, are they still cleaned though? Are they getting muddied and toxic? Because if it's getting muddied and toxic, then I got to think the decision that I made 2 years ago is clearly not still effective today. And adjustments have to be made. And I think that's where you are right now. Adjustments have to be made. That's okay. That doesn't make you an evil, bad person. And I think emotionally, because you are so emotional, there is that sense of, but I've already decided this is how things are going to be. Based on where you were when you decided it, sure. Are all of those elements and variables still the same, or still, and if they are the same, are they still impacting you the same because you may have changed? That's okay too. The only thing that's not okay is seeing an imbalance and doing nothing about it. And that's when your life really starts to become painful. And you start to do things like withdraw or retreat or act out at different people or in different places. And you start to see emotions get out of control. And you're just like, why is all this happening? Because you're not addressing a truth. And you really can't escape truth. Because truth comes from that ether, that intuition. Truth comes from that. That's where truth comes from. And ultimately, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel something stirring. The abundant universe will provide. So this came out in the past. This is Taurus. And I don't know who you're dealing with. I don't like to name signs. People get too involved with that. Like, whatever sign you're dealing with, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. What matters is this mentality, this that you know something's up. Right? You came from a very abundant place. See, that's the problem. This thing, this job used to be everything that you wanted. This relationship seemed like, oh my God, dream come true. But dude, everything seems that way in the beginning, you know? Seriously, everything new. Look how cute babies are. Look how smooth their skin is. You know, like everything starts out fresh and beautiful and abundant and filled with just so much excellence and wonderfulness and just amazing. And you have abundance in your life. So nothing really bad is happening to you except that it's starting to stir and make you feel like, oh, okay, I'm damaged or something's wrong with my life. No. Change isn't wrong. Change is life. The truth transcends illusion. Something's coming out. Something's becoming very, very real, and you can't avoid it. You have to see it. This is Aquarius energy. So yeah, as we move closer to Aquarius, guess what? To our two big papas, Jupiter and Saturn, are now both in Aquarius. There has been a shift. And you probably feel that deep, deep down. There's been a shift in the mentality of sort of us as a whole. And you can feel that things are different. Maybe what I want now is not what I want then. You know, and I have to react to me at this current moment, not me in the past. Water signs, we do this shit to ourselves all the time. We live in the past. And that is not a good place to live. It's our biggest struggle every day. It really is. We have to remind ourselves, no, the unknown is a beautiful place. And it's hard for us to trust it. But what if we just trust ourselves? Dragonfly spirit, the truth transcends illusion. You're changing. That's what this is telling me. Right now, you're currently in a state of change. And it's a permanent change. Think of this as a butterfly card. Think of this as a phoenix card. You know, this is a phoenix stage. This is we've started over. I'm not what I was. That's okay. That doesn't make you a bad person because certain things have to drop or certain things have to go. And it could be people, it could be jobs, it could be that big stuff, right? Or it could just be behaviors or mentalities. Or it could just be patterns or habits, you know? But something's got to change. And that truth is very evident right now. Be here now. This is in the future. This is air energy. This is Libra energy in the future. And this is an inability. This is something not so beautiful. An inability to appreciate what you have in front of you. So this is telling me a little bit of, I don't love to do predictive astrology or predictive, tarot, but this is the predictive card. I mean, I would be remiss if I did not tell you that the cards popped out in my positioning on my table. Past, present, future. And in the future, it has a situation that is not very beautiful because it's not something that you want to see in front of you. And that could have been influenced by the past if you were not honest and truthful with yourself and you accepted a circumstance that was good when it started but was making you miserable and you ignored it. This is that future card telling you that future card is telling you you're not going to like what you see. If you don't confront how you feel right now. It must be. You can't put this away. And that's the only pressure. And I don't want you to feel like it's controlling you, but honestly, the universe is bigger than you, man. You've got to respond to it. It is, and it's not going to be ignored. It's not going to be ignored. Let's get into your angel cards. Please, Scorpios, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. Help us grow. And ring that bell so that you know exactly when your favorite content comes up. That could be for your sun, moon, your rising sign, or whatever else you're curious about, because I do 12 videos every single week. Scorpio always comes out every single Tuesday. Brand new video. It's not time sensitive, but honestly, it's not time sensitive, but I do make a new video every week. So get it while it's hot, right? Ring that bell. Also join me over on my Instagram, born_without_boundaries, where I usually do a daily. I try to get on there live as often as I can, Monday through Friday. And then ultimately, also Vimeo. So there's always an extended reading down below where you can go over and you'll get an in-depth tarot card spread that expands on this reading, but also brings up a lot of other stuff. And it includes a romance-specific reading. So that link is down below. Please do join me. Please do join. You can go over there now if you want. Or stick around for your angel card readings. Okay, so here we have truth. No, something more has to come out. Precious gift came out. Let's start with that. Friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important. Truth. The best way through the current situation is to just speak your truth. Contrary to what you may think, no one will be hurt if you express exactly how you feel. And we've talked about that this whole reading, and the angels are just literally saying it directly to you. Creative potential. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires. And that is a key element right now to this reading. Archangel Raphael, feel yourself surrounded by my emerald green light. I, Archangel Raphael, offer you healing and solace. The storm clouds will soon clear and the sun will shine eternally bright. Trust. Archangel Uriel, a great spiritual transformation is currently occurring, both in your life and in our world. This is the union of heaven and earth, spirit and matter. Heart and mind unite in harmonious balance. Harmony, harmony, harmony. Divine intervention. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. Progress seems painfully slow. Yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition. You know, you're getting this intervention right now so that you can get to where the universe wants you guided to, which is your fulfillment and your happiness and your life improving. But the universe always needs you to agree and get on board. You're being told this. This is becoming evident to you for a reason. And that is because it is your GPS toward your best life. You know, I think people just assume that the universe is like Harry Potter, boom, gonna make magic. You don't have to do anything. That is not the way the universe works. It always has to work through you. So you have to be the participant. You just got your GPS instructions. Will you ignore them or will you take them? Sacred Source, we, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. You are literally an angel in the making, a being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and all creation. And last but not least, courage. You have what it takes, just do it. We, your angels, are here to support you. The extended link is below. I'll see you guys over in the extended.